You guys believe Christmas is this week? Like, what? All right, y'all. We're in my room. Oh, God. This ain't gonna work, is it? I actually ended up sleeping in my onesie, and it was not bad until I needed to use the bathroom this morning. What's up, friends? Welcome to another episode of a VLOGMAS. You guys seem to really like the very chill, kind of low-key devotional videos where I'm kind of chatting with you through some things that the Lord is kind of showing me. And I wanted to do this again. I really enjoy very organic conversation. I'm literally like in my bed. I have my pillow here. I have my outfit that I'm gonna wear today here, and I'm trying to like map out my day, and I wanted to just pause and share some things that I'm kind of thinking through with you guys. And so this weekend I have a mentorship community, right? It's a monthly subscription type of thing, right? But every month I pretty much create a 7-day devotional, and then every month I also do a live masterclass, right? I'm getting that out of the way so you guys understand how I got here. Cool. So this Saturday was the live masterclass, and I was teaching on this concept of 5 lessons that I've learned regarding God's timing, right? Being on God's timing. And one of the lessons from that was that God is dependable, right? That I can depend on God for absolutely anything because of the history that I have with God, right? History has shown me that even though something looks a little shaky, God is going to come right on time, right? And sometimes, if we're honest, we have allowed ourselves to get into certain predicaments or situations because of disobedience, because of delayed obedience, because we trusted in other people and they didn't have the best in mind for us or the best in heart for us. Sometimes it's just one of those things where God will allow something to happen, or not even something to happen, but for you to learn something valuable so that you can steward whatever that thing is better. And that thing can be parenting, that thing can be your marriage, that thing could be your money, that thing can be your heart, how you handle and manage people. Like, there's so many things that we learn from different situations that we go through, right? And so I was thinking through how God is dependable, and I'm getting ready to, like, as we close this year out, and we've been spending December together, but as we close this year out, I've been really thinking about how I am getting ready to really step into a new level of vulnerability. You guys know that I've just been like wrestling through this book writing journey, and there are reasons for that. There are reasons why I've been wrestling. There are reasons why I have not been able to really fully throw myself into that and complete this thing. And a lot of it is because I myself am just like going back and forth as to what this looks like. And I'm not like everybody else. I can't pump out books, you know what I mean, left and right. I just that's just not my ministry at the moment. There will be a time where once I start releasing stuff, it'll happen quickly. But God is dependable, right? So even in my not knowing what the outcome is going to be, even in my current reality of like, Lord, how is this going to get done? How is this going to get finished? How am I going to get to the other side of that thing? I am depending on the fact that I am not the only resource that I have, that God can supernaturally provide resources for me to elevate, right? For me to explore more of what he has for me. And that is so, like, it's almost like it almost feels too good to be true. But because the history of God in my life has shown me to understand him as a protector, a provider, a way maker, and all those things, I can now say I can depend on when God showed up before, and I know he's going to show up again and again and again. And so in this masterclass, the core scripture that I was coming from was in Ecclesiastes, which is so funny because one of my friends, we often share just like what we're studying and things like that, and she had no idea that I was studying, or I was thinking about teaching on God's timing. Because of this time of year, we often think about how much time we have, because we dwell on the fact that, wow, time just flew, right? So we're essentially getting a hold of what time looks like, right? Of what time feels like. But God operates outside of our timelines. God operates outside of the realm of what we understand time to be. And so when we feel like we're running out of time, God is like, well, first of all, you're not the author of time, I am. And what you feel like has taken 10 years, I can do in one day, right? And so that's how God works. And so in Ecclesiastes, where I was teaching from, was in chapter 3 in verse 14 and 15, and I'll read the New King James Version so you guys can really understand what I was talking about. And so it says, I know that whatever God does, it shall be forever. Nothing can be added to it, and nothing can be taken from it. God does it that men should fear before him. Then in 15 it says, that which is has already been, and what is to be has already been, and God requires an account of what is past. Man, it's so rich. I won't even get into it because obviously I have a whole masterclass where I'm teaching this. But one of the things that I love is found even in that verse 15, where it says, that which is has already been. So that means that we're living in the right now, but God had already created this moment right now. And so he's living from already the end of a thing. So this already is a fixed victory moment, because he's already seen the end. And so I was teaching on the fact that we can yield into this dependency that we have on God, because he's already allowed this to work out for his glory anyway. And so that to me brings so much peace, because although I've had moments where, in situations where, as a result of the decisions of other people in my life, I've had to encounter some rough, traumatic situations, as well as decisions that I have made out of my own will in my life, led me to certain things that I just wasn't supposed to be in, right? But because God has already written history, so he's not living in the right now, right? He's living from a place of, oh, this, I know you, baby girl, baby boy, I know that you are living this right now, but I promise you it will not be forever. I promise you this will grow you in a way where you would have never been able to manage what is coming. And I had an interesting comment in one of my videos. I didn't even really respond because I've been getting a few comments, and I could only have but so much conversation in one day, right? That's a whole nother conversation for a whole nother day. But I want to end this video by saying, it's not that we are leaning into God or getting closer, drawing closer to God, and he's the one that causes the pain, right? That the comment had something to do with that. And I was like, well, no, that's not it. And if I've ever made it seem that way, then that's just not it. It's it's because of pain, right? It's because I understand that this life is not perfect, that I have to draw close to God in moments where I can't even breathe, in moments where, like, I don't even know what the outcome is going to be. Like, I don't even know where my next is going to come from if I don't lean into Him. And so many people believe in many different things. In my life, God has proven Himself time after time after time. And even if He never again, right, comes through and never again gives me the things that I desire, I know to this point in my life, and when I look back, God has more than enough exceeded a lot of the things that I thought He would never do in my life. And it has nothing to do with material things and everything to do with the soul freedom, with the peace that surpasses all understanding. Like, y'all, I literally, God has rescued me from so much, like even just internally. And I'm going to do a better job with sharing more of that in the next few weeks and months, because I really want you guys to understand that it's not even, it really isn't like the monetary and material things that God will bless you with. It's this freedom, it's this understanding, it's this peace from the inside that then you can operate from that place and really soar and really flourish, right? Really flourish in the ways that He's called us to. And so back to that comment, I hope that makes sense. But basically, it's not, God will allow situations to happen because it's not even all of our decisions. Like, we have a free will, and God is not going to force Himself on somebody. He's not going to force Himself on your husband, or force Himself on your boss, or force Himself on anybody in order for you to get your way. Oftentimes, He will allow this person to make the decision that they need to make, and His glory will still be the thing that will be louder than your pain, right? And gosh, I might have to dig deeper into this concept, but it is not the end of your story when you face the death of something you thought that will be forever. Because just like I mentioned before, that which is has already been, and what is to be has already been. God has already covered you. God has already provided for you. And God will always make sure that His glory is literally louder than your pain. He will be lifted high over your life. I literally have this whole coffee and I didn't even drink any of it, but I hope that you guys enjoyed this just revelation that I got, and I wanted to share with you guys. And of course, if you guys are not subscribed already, make sure you subscribe. It is literally the final days of Vlogmas. It's Christmas Eve this week. It's Christmas this week. And I just really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I will see you guys in the next one. Make sure that you subscribe, you turn on the post notifications or that bell reminder. And I will see you guys in my next video.